1976 brought us great shows like Charlie's Angels, Laverne and Shirley, and Alice, shows that we all remember. But what about the shows that didn't make it? Let's take a look at some of the forgotten shows of 1976. Now, my list criteria is that the show had to premiere in 76. So let's dive in. All right, first up, the husband and wife musical duo Captain and Tennille. Known for such hits as Love Will Keep Us Together and Muskrat Love, they were offered their own weekly variety show that premiered in the fall of 1976. The show featured musical numbers, comedy sketches, and various guest stars. CBS was hoping for a Sonny and Cher type show, and despite decent ratings, the show only lasted for one season. And that was likely because the duo, especially Captain Daryl Dragon, wanted to get out of the TV business and put their focus solely back on their music career. The show ended in March of 1977. In Holmes and Yo-Yo, Detective Alexander Holmes is a seasoned cop with a streak of bad luck, especially when it comes to his partners, who always seem to get injured on the job. His latest assignment pairs him with Gregory Yo-Yo Yoyonovich, a well-meaning but clumsy officer. Yo-Yo is injured during a case, and Holmes makes a shocking discovery. Yo-Yo is actually an android, a top secret, high tech, crime fighting machine developed by the police department. As the series unfolds, Holmes takes it upon himself to teach Yo Yo how to embrace his human side while keeping his partner's true identity hidden from both criminals and fellow officers. Much of the show's comedy was derived from Yo-Yo's constant malfunctions, such as magnets flying at him and his uncontrollable spinning anytime he's near an electric garage door opening. The series premiered on ABC in the fall of 1976. The show performed poorly and was canceled after only 13 episodes. It has since ranked on TV Guide's list of the 50 worst TV shows of all time.
Saturday, Mr. T and Tina and Starsky and Hutch. Starting tonight, right after Holmes and Yo-Yo.
Mr. T and Tina stars Pat Morita as Taro Takahashi, a widowed Japanese inventor who relocates from Tokyo to Chicago. His uncle and sister-in-law accompany him and his two children to the United States. To help care for his children, Taro hires Tina Kelly, a free-spirited American, as their live-in governess. After the pilot was screened for television critics, the group collectively voted it the worst new show. They stated that Pat Morita, an accomplished comedian, deserved better. The show premiered on September 25, 1976. It was canceled just 1 month later after only 5 of the 9 episodes aired due to poor ratings and bad reviews.
Mr. T and Tina is brought to you by All Temperature Cheer. 3 temperatures, 1 detergent. All Temperature Cheer.
Norman Lear created The Nancy Walker Show as a showcase for Nancy Walker, capitalizing on her television popularity following her roles as Mildred, the Macmillans' housekeeper on Macmillan and Wife, and Ida Morgenstern, Rhoda's mother on Rhoda. These roles earned her nominations for both Primetime Emmys and Golden Globes. Nancy portrayed Nancy Ketteridge, the lively owner of a talent agency in Los Angeles. Her husband, Ken, a Navy officer, was typically away for 10 months out of the year, which worked well for their relationship. However, when he finally returns home full-time, he attempts to impose strict military-style rules on her happy and relaxed household, causing this once happy couple to clash constantly. Adding to the chaos is an unemployed actor named Terry, who works as Nancy's assistant and lives at their home as a boarder. Terry is an openly gay man, making this one of the first American TV shows to have a gay character. The show premiered on ABC on September 30th, 1976, and was canceled 3 months after only 13 episodes. Most Wanted followed an elite task force within the Los Angeles Police Department, created by Mayor Dan Stoddard, played by Harry Rhodes, to target criminals on his most wanted list. The team, led by Captain Link Evers, played by Robert Stack, used brainpower and undercover tactics, taking one case at a time and using daring undercover work to bring down the city's most sought-after criminals. The original pilot featured Tom Selleck, but they ended up not using him in the series. According to Robert Stack's autobiography, the show was a ratings hit, but was canceled by ABC after just one season due to what he called network politics. At this time, Robert Stack was best known for his work on The Untouchables. He would later become the recognizable narrator of the long-running true crime series Unsolved Mysteries. He was also great as Captain Rex Kramer in the 1980 comedy Airplane. All's Fair centered around the relationship between conservative columnist Richard Barrington, played by Richard Crenna, and young liberal photographer Charlotte Drake, played by Bernadette Peters. Despite their 26-year age gap and contrasting political views, they began a tumultuous romance. The comedy series explored the challenges that arise from their political differences, generational divide, and clashing lifestyles. The show featured Michael Keaton in one of his earliest roles as a presidential aide. And from what I could see, the reviews were good, and Bernadette Peters even earned a Golden Globe nomination for her role. The series premiered in the fall of 1976, but lasted only one season. Ball 4 was inspired by professional baseball player Jim Bouton's 1970 book of the same name. Bouton not only co-created the show, but also starred as Jim Barton, a player for a fictional minor league baseball team, the Washington Americans. Airing at 8:30 p.m. Eastern during the family viewing hour, a time designated for family-friendly content, posed challenges. The writers struggled with network censors, especially when trying to depict realistic locker room antics. Premiering on September 22nd, Ball 4 received mixed reviews. Critics praised the cast performances, but found the show's quality inconsistent, and CBS quickly pulled the plug. The show premiered on September 22nd, 1976, and by November, it was over. 7 episodes were shot, but only 5 made it to air. Judd Hirsch starred as Dominic Delvecchio, a gritty yet honest detective navigating the bustling streets of Los Angeles in the CBS drama Delvecchio. When he's not hot on the trail of a criminal or exchanging witty banter with his partner, Paul Shonsky, he often retreats to his father's barbershop or can be found studying law books, determined to pass the bar exam despite having stumbled more than once before. Delvecchio premiered on September 9, 1976, and ran until March 13, 1977, with 19 episodes aired and 2 episodes left unaired. Executive Suite was an American primetime soap opera that debuted on September 20, 1976. Loosely based on the 1954 film of the same name, the series delves into the personal and professional challenges faced by the board members of the fictitious Cardway Corporation. At the heart of the drama is a fierce power struggle between Don Walling, the board chairman, and Hal Rutledge, his ruthless rival and the company's senior vice president. Don navigates his corporate battlefield with the support of his wife Helen, his son Brian, who has just returned from Europe, and his daughter Stacy, whose involvement in radical politics often troubles the family. Meanwhile, Hal schemes alongside his manipulative wife Astrid to gain control of the company. CBS originally scheduled Executive Suite against the formidable Monday Night Football, and when the ratings didn't measure up, the network shifted the show to Friday nights. And unfortunately, this move also failed to boost viewership, leading to the show's cancellation after just 18 episodes.
Scandal grips the Executive Suite. Mondays this fall. Tomorrow at 10, 9 Central on CBS.
City of Angels was set in the 1930s in Los Angeles. This period detective series followed the adventures of Jake Axminster, played by Wayne Rogers. in his first series since departing MASH. Jake is a private investigator who tends to push the boundaries of the law and his ethics to gather information he needs. Reflecting his mistrustful nature, he never fully trusted anyone, not even his attorney. His office is run by the beautiful yet scatterbrained secretary Marcia, played by Elaine Joyce, who also operates an escort service on the side. The series came in as a mid-season replacement and premiered on NBC on February 3, 1976. The ratings started out good but quickly faded, and the series was canceled in May after only 13 episodes. So that's the end of this video, but there will be a part 2, so make sure to look out for that. If you remember any of these shows, please leave a comment below. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. And thank you so much for watching.
I get it. Delicious and crunchy inside, that's the dinner. Plus a tasty coating of milk flavor all around, that's the special.
Oh, they call it special dinners, 'cause this is what we found. There's dinner on the inside and special all around.
Special dinners.
There's dinner on the inside and special all